morning, boys and girls. Good morning, children. I believe you are now seated comfortably and now ready to listen to our story this morning. Are you ready? Okay, very good. Let me ask you this question. Have you tried doing something or working on something, then you stop because you realized that you couldn't do it? Or maybe you are told by your parents to do something, to fix something. Or siguro sa teacher nimo sa school, to write on something. Then you realize nga, hala kalisod man di ay sa gipabuhat sa ako, dili man ko kabalo. Ang atong story karon nga kabuntagon, it is entitled The Butterfly Struggle. This is a lesson of the importance of challenge and hard work. Our memory text is found in Philippians 4:13. It says, I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. Let us put action on it. I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. Again, let us memorize. I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. Now, let us begin the story. John loves to play in the garden because he can see lots of creepy things, tiny insects there. Do you love to play with little tiny insects? Creepy, tiny creatures? John loves to play with them. Now one day, while John was in the garden, he found the cocoon of a butterfly. That's the cocoon. Do you know what is inside the cocoon? John was so curious. He was so excited to know what is inside the cocoon. But John remembered that someone told him that inside the cocoon was a small creature, a little butterfly. So John was so curious what is inside and to know what is the little creature doing inside the cocoon. He noticed that the cocoon had a little hole in it. Na siya gamay nga bangag. And there was a tiny butterfly inside the cocoon. Now, John sat there and observed for several hours the little creature inside the cocoon. And he noticed that the butterfly struggled to force its body through that little hole. Sige jud og ang gamay nga creature inside the cocoon, sige glimbag-limbag sa sulod. Gusto kini nga mugawas, pinaagi sa gamay nga bangag. Now, iyang namatikdan, nga nihunong na pag-struggle ang butterfly, ang katong little creature inside the cocoon. Then, murag naluya. So he observed, nag-analyze ang si John mga bata, nga that little creature needs his help. Kailangan niya tabangan ang small creature inside para makagawas kini outside of that cocoon. So what he did, abi ninyo og unsa ihang gihimo, he took a pair of scissors and snipped off the remaining bit of cocoon. And there it was. The little creature emerged easily outside the cocoon. But he noticed that the small creature had a swollen body. Then, ang iyahang pako. Kay butterfly man biya to, no? Ang iyang pako ni pilit sa iyahang body. So he observed a little bit longer, hoping that that little creature, its wings would develop and eventually spread to help its body. But you know what happened, children? That little creature, wala gyud ni develop ang wings. In fact, that little creature spent its life crawling with swollen body and shriveled wings. And it was not able to fly. Now John felt a great sadness. He was so disappointed. He really expected that such creature would become a beautiful butterfly. Ang wala di ay nasabta ni John, mga bata. The butterfly needs to struggle. That stricting cocoon, the struggle required by the butterfly will help it to develop its wings. Katong fluid di ay pag-struggle sa butterfly, mo pagawa siya sa iyahang fluid para mo develop ang iyahang wings. Wala na nasabta ni John. And that struggling would help it to be ready to fly once it's achieved its freedom from the cocoon. Sometimes, difficulties in life, those struggles that we experience, kanang nagkalisod ta sa eskwelahan, kanang gipahimo ta sa atong parents ug mga trabaho nga we thought lisod kaayo himuon. Uy, kana di ay maka-help nato mga bata. It strengthens us. It gives us courage to do things nga ato ang mutabang sa atong sarili in the future. And it would help us to have the courage to say, I can do it. I can do it. Like a butterfly, before it becomes a beautiful, a developed, full-grown butterfly, it experienced struggles. Before it becomes a beautiful, colorful butterfly. Mao na mga bata, dili di ay ta mabalaka nga magka-experience ta og difficulty sa kinabuhi sa ato nga mga eskwela, no, maka-experience ta kalisod because it will help us to be strong. Those struggles in life help us to become stronger in faith. What does our memory verse says? I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. Again, Philippians 4:13, I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. God bless everyone. Happy Sabbath.